So last summer, I cut this sycamore here. I trimmed all the branches from one side so it could lay over close to the ground. Cut part way through the trunk, like so, laid it over. As you can see, the other side of the trunk is growing a bunch of new shoots. And in this summer, I'll pick the largest of those and leave it and cut the others back again. And then in a few years, when that one's large enough, I'll cut it the same as this and lay it over the other direction. And as you can see, there's shoots forming all the way along the trunk, like so. And this whole trunk will form a bunch of long, pretty straight uprights. It'll have much larger leaves than an uncut tree does. And every few years I'll cut those off, and they'll be tree fodder, tree hay for the goats and sheep and the other livestock. The wood part will be used for making wattle fencing and hugelkultur beds, and if I don't need it for that, then it'll go in for biochar. And it'll grow large enough to cut again about every 3 to 5 years. And this is the ditch next to our front road, so it gets lots of water up here. Gets a lot of nutrient runoff, so it grows strongly. And yeah, eventually this whole area will have a row of these along here as a sort of a hedge that gets cut periodically like that and provides a continuous source of material. And these sorts of systems can be continued to be used for hundreds of years. There's places in Europe where very similar trees have been cut over and over again for basket making and animal feed since at least the Middle Ages. And in some cases, the same tree is still there and still being cut again for those materials. So it's a good, constant, non-depleting way of providing what we need.